So this is Zahra Abdul Hussain Mahsan Jawad Sajwani, my full name. I think a Shia tried to come and provoke me or shake me up, so trying to save their religion. Or, I don't know, just guessing. Must be sleeping now, disturbing me here, lying against me on Allah that he's telling the truth against me, or she telling the truth against me. So, okay, take some time. I haven't come live here. Okay, now I'm live. There's a Shia or someone sent by a Sheikh trying to lie against me, swearing on Allah. And I said, take the curse if you are lying against me. You feel that you are telling the truth against me. I can't even speak properly or prepare myself. Here I am again. Can't complete my sentence. So I have to. This person has also said that this Islam is a very dangerous religion. Muslims are dangerous. To our human rights, thoughts, freedom to choose and all this thing. True religion, so it should be imposed on others by threats, by stern means, by strict, like morally, degrading them, I don't know what, insulting them, saying bad words, criticizing them, using every tactic to discourage us from leaving this Islam or every way they can. But it is not the true religion, and the Quran has called, not even defamed badly this polytheism. It's an unforgivable sin. And you would go to hellfire and burn there forever. But also it's called, the Quran ayat is called how would you feel if, you see, he has used Allah, so this is what no one there, the Christians are not going to help me in this. The polytheists are najas, are impure. Surah Tawbah ayat. I don't know what's happened to my mobile. Theists. Okay, someone is controlling. Let me just check it on my other. telling me that my Zara, my aunt's, grandaunt's Devi, speaking through me and all this. Saying and all this through me possess. The Hindus are, and then it'll come out on a was saying this is not, you are mad, or but Devi has told me. I mean, so I when this comes, this thing against me, energy, I cannot stop it. By hook or by crook, they want to. Very scared of this also. Another shock they want to give me. Yeah, I'm just a little tired here, having just the polytheists, not only polytheism, but the polytheists are unclean. Quran ayat. Surah Tawbah 28. The polytheists are unclean, are nothing but, oh, God knows what this is. Another says, another translation, look at this. The polytheists are nothing, oh, they're sending these this bad man wants to stick his tongue out at me. And I've been, I don't know what the UAE is going to do. Oh, it hasn't. Okay, it's financially helping, but it's the worst. Like, I can't speak to them. I don't know Arabic. I lived in Pakistan. This is, so it's very hard for the polytheists. As if Islam hasn't defamed polytheism. Why I'm not showing Christianity or all that is because Christians are doing that, they have, but I mean, of course, they are also considered polytheists if they, mostly Christians, yeah. So they are included in this. But especially, I don't know which polytheists, but Christians were called Ahle Kitabs, I think. There's another, this in Surah Tawbah verse, cleaning of the Kaaba in Makkah from polytheism and polytheists. This is the way they used. And I know some Christians have a soft corner, I guess, for Muslim Islam, Shia Islam and all. This is a declaration of, this surah we are told doesn't start with the Bismillah, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. This is a declaration of disassociation from Allah and His Messenger to those with whom you had made a treaty among the polytheists. So travel freely, O disbelievers, throughout land during 4 months, but know that you cannot cause failure to Allah, and that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. So Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. So how does He do it? First He uses Allah, and then it is an announcement from Allah now and His Messenger to the people on the day of greater pilgrimage. And Allah is disassociated from the disbelievers. And so is His Messenger. So if you repent, this is best for you. But if you turn away, then know that you will not cause failure to Allah, and give tidings to those who disbelieve of a painful punishment. Accepted are those with whom you made a treaty among the polytheists, then they have not been deficient toward you in anything or supported anyone against you. So complete for them their treaty until their term. Indeed, Allah loves the righteous. And when the inviolable months have passed, then kill the polytheists. Wherever you find them, and capture them and besiege them and sit in wait for them. At every place. This. So they say the Muslims have a nice defense for this, that they threw out expelled the messenger from Makkah, they tortured the Muslims, the polytheists, Abu Jahl tortured some Muslims or something, and they broke the pact. So now it's a kind of a revenge. They have to be punished. So this is the way here they get punished. Now it's not even a battlefield. You did this to us, we will come after you. Okay, they tortured some Muslim, but did those Muslims die? Did they kill the Muslims? Did they manage to kill Prophet Muhammad? Yathrib, Medina, which was made Medina later by Prophet Muhammad. Jews and the polytheists were together, the Confederates. So the thing is that the polytheists, if they wanted of Makkah, if they wanted Prophet Muhammad dead, killed, they could have asked someone there to kill him, but they didn't. Finally, we see that he does die when his lifetime is over or something. But no one killed him. Some Shias say the wife gave, one of the wives, Aisha, gave him poison. There's a thing there, evidence. Some say that from their hadiths, the Sunnis say that in Khaybar he was given poison, I'm not sure. But this is the reward. They were completely wiped out. Now they couldn't be in the at the Kaaba, near the Kaaba, anywhere. They had to become Muslims or be killed wherever they are found, and all this. And if any one of the polytheists seeks your protection, then grant him protection so that he may hear the words of Allah, i.e. the Quran. So you have to force them to hear the words of Allah. No freedom of choice for them now. They can't be in Makkah. This is the way they punished the polytheists. Then deliver him to his place of safety. Then deliver him to his place of safety. So, and that you are also safe. Huh? That is because there are people who do not know. How can there be for the polytheists a treaty in the sight of Allah with His Messenger, except for those with whom you made a treaty at Masjid al-Haram? So as long as they are upright toward you, be upright toward them. Okay, it says this here. Be upright toward them. Indeed, Allah loves the righteous. But now it goes on to say, how can there be a treaty while if they gain dominance over you, they do not observe concerning you any pact of kinship or covenant of protection? But how have you given protection to the Christians? They have to pay jizya, Ahle Kitab. So Yathrib was made a Muslim state, Makkah was made a Muslim state. And now if the Ahle Kitab, although they're not allowed, you can see in the Kaaba area, Makkah area, until where they are not allowed to enter. Until now, you can see in Saudi Arabia. How can there be a treaty while if they gain dominance over you, they do not observe concerning you any pact of kinship or covenant of protection? So now you're told, you also, concerning any disbeliever, even if it's your father, mother, I mean, I don't know about mother, but father and all, don't make them allies. So now forever it's like until there is Islam, you, for that time when they were blamed for not having a pact of kinship or covenant, not keeping this, not observing this, they were thrown out or moved to a safe place. And yes, they were told, the Muslims were told to be upright with them as long as they are upright with them. Right? How can there be a treaty while if they gain dominance over you, they do not observe concerning you any pact of kinship or covenant of protection? But you can give them covenant of protection, but now not any idol worshipping, no. Idol worshipper, but Ahle Kitab, even though he's an idol, he's a mushrik, but they can pay jizya and get protection. Military or things like that. But I don't know if they can live there without paying jizya now. So there is not a case where the Christians ever attempted assassination against Prophet Muhammad. So he didn't, you would say he didn't fight the Christians. He didn't fight the Christians. He only fought the Jews. Because they attempted an assassination and they wanted to kill him, or they wanted to fight him, you would say. Okay? The Muslims would say this, and this is clear from the Quran ayats. They do not observe toward the believer any pact of kinship. But if they repent, establish prayer, and give zakah, then they are your brothers in religion. So what's happened here? Finally, you've made them Muslims. And we detail the verses for people who know. And if they break their oaths after the treaty and defame your religion, but you've already defamed their religion. You've taken the Kaaba away. You don't allow them to do their rituals, no matter if it's the way they want to do it. This is lopsided justice. This is not justice in the proper sense. And if they break their oaths after their treaty and defame your religion. I mean, how many ayats are there? False gods, they don't have evidence, they just follow what their fathers have told them, like tradition after tradition. And false, and that is also false. They have no authority from Allah. How many ayats are there like that against polytheists, telling us that it's all false? God did not send down authority. This is the authority God sent down here with Prophet Muhammad. So this, then combat the leaders of disbelief, for indeed there are no oaths sacred to them. Let me see. For indeed there are no oaths sacred to them. But they did help the Jews. They were together in this against the Muslims. So you've got to see that we are told they had skirmishes, and Prophet Muhammad went to Yathrib and tried to make peace between those polytheists in Yathrib, or in Makkah, or even in Yathrib, or both, and make them live in peace. So my point was that, let's say if the polytheists had allowed Prophet Muhammad to say what he wanted against their gods, and that this Kaaba was made by Abraham and all this. But before that, there were idols, Yathrib, Jews, all were practicing their religion and living peacefully in that, meaning the religious way. They could practice, they had freedom of religion. They could practice their religion and live peacefully. If they had any tribal wars, that's tribal thing. But not in their religion. They could practice their religion freely. Right? The Kaaba was also open for, I heard Bibi Maryam's image was there or something, which Prophet Muhammad then covered, veiled it. So Christians could come in the Kaaba and worship their Mother Mary and all, Jesus Christ's mother. So doesn't it show, if you look at it this way, and you must, why shouldn't you, right? That because you have to look at it from all sides. Look at the scenario from all sides to come to a conclusion. So I did that, and it doesn't seem right. It's not that justified, not for the polytheists. There are other ayats which defame the polytheists, false gods, their female god even. So they were not allowed. But here yet you are told, and if they break their oath after their treaty and defame your religion, then combat the leaders of disbelief. If they defame your religion, okay, you say break their oaths. Okay, they broke their oaths after the treaty. I can't show you that because in even Islamic history, there is heavy, like you have from your Muslims, right, what you call it, Sirat history, Islamic history. Hadith says, if they break their oaths, they broke their oaths again. And if they break their oaths again, their treaty, after the treaty, and defame your religion. So it means that the polytheists cannot defame your Islam. The polytheists cannot defame Islam. Then combat the leaders of disbelief. Or indeed, there are no oaths sacred to them. For indeed there are no oaths sacred to them. Fight, so they might cease. Fight them, it doesn't say to kill them here, but to restrain them. Fight them until they stop violating their oaths and taunt you for your faith. But the taunting, the defaming that Allah has done, and I wanted to show you that Prophet Muhammad, this is not the true God. So it was very tough for me. Let me see. Would you not fight against the people who broke their oaths and determined to expel the messenger? Now he's using the expelling of the messenger, right? And they had begun the attack upon you the first time. So he's blaming them that they began the attack on you the first time. Do you fear them? But Allah has more right that you should fear Him. Okay. So like this, it means like, do you fear, like Prophet Muhammad, do you fear him? I don't know, but I took it to Surah Azab, ayat 37, to show you where Prophet Muhammad himself fears, is told, do you, that Prophet Muhammad feared the people, but that Allah has more right that you should fear him if you are true believers, if you are believers. So Prophet Muhammad was fearing the people, but they say it's for another reason. Through him, they were being told indirectly that this prophet, Allah has changed the law for this prophet, and now he can marry his adopted son's wife. He should not be fearing you people, but he should be that Allah is more worthy, that he should fear Allah. So then it says, fight them. Okay, that was Surah Azab explained. Fight them, now it's decided. Fight them, Allah will punish them by your hands and will disgrace them and give you victory over them and satisfy the breast of a believing people. So by fighting them, don't let them insult your religion. Don't let them say anything against your religion. Fight them. Because they expelled you. Also this, that they expelled the messenger. Now you have the upper hand, right? Now there's no battlefield. Now when you've had the upper hand, fight them. Allah will punish them by your hands and will disgrace them. There seems to be an element of unfairness, injustice. Just imagine now you're a polytheist, you're in that place. What will you do? You would embrace Islam or what? Kill yourself or something? Because it says kill yourself. Oh, that, if you think that God will not help him, this prophet, I don't know what they did. Anyways, fight them. Allah will punish them by your hands. But I think, so this is not a battlefield here. Remember the ambush, wherever you find them, wait in ambush for them, seize them, and kill them. And now not all polytheists did that to Muhammad. Just maybe the leaders and all. Anyhow, whatever the history, Islamic history is, it's one-sided. Lots of threats, so you can't expect any true, honest, getting an honest scenario of that time, what really happened. I can trust. Fight them, Allah will punish them by your hands and will disgrace them and give you victory over them and satisfy the breasts of a believing people. And remove the fury in their, i.e., the believers' hearts. You see, you had this fury, anger, and remove the anger by revenge, fighting them, doing what they did to you, and even worse now, out all the polytheists out of Makkah. And now not even in the battle, but if they insult your religion or anything, fight them. Now the Muslim army is in the fighters or the soldiers or whatever you may call them, is in force and in majority. And remove the fury in their hearts. So this is the way to aswaj. Remove the fury in the hearts of the believers, is to fight them, get revenge. And Allah turns in forgiveness to whom He wills, and Allah is knowing and wise. I wonder, do you think that you will be left as you are while Allah has not yet made evident those among you strive, and do not take other than Allah, His messenger, and the believers as intimates, protectors, actually. Again, this ayat, like in Surah Ma'idah at 55, is repeated. Believers as intimates now, wali jatan, as your intimate nation. What's a jatan? You know? As intimate community members, jatan, I don't know. Like that, I think, I'm just guessing. His messenger and the believers as intimates. Okay, this is wali jatan. But the polytheists who used to take their their leaders as protectors, they're protectors, gone. It's shirk. God didn't send authority, we're told, for you, the polytheists, you to take them as your protectors, wali or awliya, besides Allah. But here, with Allah, you can take, and it says here, and do not take other than Allah, His messenger. So now this Sharik Allah, right? You're associating who are the walis. Allah is a wali, His messenger and the believers as intimates. So it is not for the polytheists to maintain the mosques, witnessing against themselves with disbelief. Mosques of Allah witnessing against themselves with every other ayat here. This is the scattered ayats, but now this one is defaming their religion, accusing them of being witnessing against themselves with disbelief. Those polytheists, their deeds have become worthless, and in the fire they will abide. Moreover, they'll abide in the fire eternally. So, Punishment in this life and in the next too. The mosques of Allah are only to be maintained by those who believe in Allah and the last day and establish prayer and give zakah and do not fear except Allah. For it is expected that those will be of the rightly guided. They are the rightly guided. We have in Sunni Islam Rashidun Caliphs. Four rightly guided. Muttadina, the guided ones, Al-Muttadina. Then have you made the providing of water for the pilgrim? This really got to me. But it's like, for the Muslims, this is fair and square. Have you made the providing of water for the pilgrim and the maintenance of Masjid al-Haram equal? Equal. So they made it equal to one who believes in Allah. So they also believed in Allah and the last day and strived in the cause of Allah. You see? Do you consider providing water to the pilgrims, tending the sacred mosque, equal in worth to believing in Allah? This means the polytheists did believe in Allah, so they kept all this equal, giving of water to the pilgrims, tending the sacred mosque, believing in Allah and the last day, and striving in the cause of Allah. Because you see, it doesn't say taking the messenger also, obeying Allah and the messenger. But here is a very valid point, very good point here. Look at this. It's very clear that the polytheists made it equal. This I didn't bring out in my previous live stream. I just found. So the polytheists did believe in Allah and the last day and strove in the cause of Allah, because it says equal to. So including giving of water to the pilgrims, maintenance of Masjid al-Haram. They are not equal in the sight of Allah. So I had not seen this. Look how I missed this point here in my previous live streams about this ayat. Now another very good point has come up, thank God, and this is extremely unfair. Now, you see, I didn't look at this properly, verse. This adds a great point to the polytheists. Have you made the providing, already just looking at providing a water pilgrim and the maintenance of Masjid al-Haram equal? I was like, what? So do you see this equal to the deeds of one who believes in Allah? Okay, if you put it this way, even if to the deeds of one who... Look at my cognitive dissonance, even now, as an ex-Muslim, ex-Shia ex-Muslim, that I couldn't do that justice for the polytheists at that time when I did a live stream on this. I don't know how many live streams I've done. Actually, they believed in Allah in the last day and strove in the cause of Allah. But just because they made it equal, any translation you read, maybe I don't know which, do you make the providing of water to the pilgrims and the maintenance of Al-Masjid al-Haram, Al-Masjid al-Haram, like the one who believes in Allah and the last day and strives in the way of Allah? They are not equal. Okay, because here it says, okay, there it doesn't say, because here it says they are not equal. You see this? What a mishap. If you miss a word, you have done great injustice to the polytheists. So you take this part, they are not equal. And it's, although here it doesn't say, like the translators put it, equal to the one who believes in Allah and the last day and strives in the cause. Maybe it was better to keep it, because, I mean, this was enough at that time. I keep coming here, and Muslims, they just want to, blindly follow their religion. And they will find explaining the ayat so but they are not equal. They are not equal. This is a clue. You see how cleverly he tried to put it, and then the translators make it easy for us. Actually, it would mean, do you consider providing to the pilgrims and tending the sacred mosque equal in worth to believing in Allah and the last day and striving in the cause of Allah? The two are not equal with Allah. Allah does not direct the wrongdoing folk to the right way. And they're even considered wrongdoing people because of making it equal. Equal. Have a look at this again. Right? Here, the ayat, the 19 of Surah Tawbah, 19, 1-9 ayat. Do you make the providing of water to the pilgrims and the maintenance of Masjid al-Haram like one who believes in Allah? Like one who believes in Allah. Look at this. Very dodgy. It's, it could be interpreted as like a Muslim who believes in Allah. You would take it like this, right? Like Prophet Muhammad who believes in Allah and the last day and strives in the way of Allah. They are not equal. But your translators made it easy to see what Allah was actually trying to say, but he's covered. He's put the words in such a way that you would miss this. They are not equal. So even though here it would be this word in Arabic, like who, kaman, like the one who, do you make the providing, making, do you make the providing of water? It's like they made it, but they believed in. Do you make the providing of water to the pilgrims and the maintenance of Masjid al-Haram like who believes in Allah? Like one who believes in Allah and the last day and strives in the way of Allah? They are not equal. Okay, so it's no. The Shias will come up and they'll say that no, this means that they don't make this thing equal. to believing in Allah. So it's quite hard. And the last day and strives in the way of Allah. They are not equal. But why would he put here there? Allah would put here they are not equal. Were they making it equal? La, they are not equal. Yes, though. Oh no. Yes, though. Oh no. What is this? They are not equal. Near Allah. And Allah does not guide the people, zalimeen, the wrongdoers. Because of this, they're called wrongdoers, zalim, zalimeen. You know what the meaning of zalimeen is? Wrongdoers. Zalimeen could also mean oppressors. It has a wide connotation. Wicked people who oppress others. Zalimeen has a wide connotation. So here, this part gives it away that the sentence is not put to the in the right way, like very clever man doing this, or Allah, shaitan, not Allah, not the true Allah. Do you make the giving of drink to pilgrims or the maintenance of the sacred mosque equal to the pious service of those who believe in Allah and the last day and strive with might and main in the cause of Allah? Equal to the pious. Maybe, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, no. You can see it, like, how do you see it? You see, it's equal. Okay, it could mean what I said previously, but more but the Muslims would say no. Equal to the one who believes in Allah. So only this, but they don't believe in Allah and the last day and strive in the cause of Allah. Okay. But I just saw it like this and okay, maybe, but yeah, that's why I maybe stayed away from. Now I see another thing opening up here against the polytheists. It could even mean that they did believe in Allah, but they could make this. How would that be put? I don't know. Have you made the providing of water for the pilgrim and the maintenance of Masjid al-Haram like one who believes in Allah and the last day and strives in the cause of Allah? So I don't know. I mean, I would put a question mark in this, whether they did believe in Allah in the last day and strove in the cause of Allah, but making it equal to this all. Of course, otherwise why were they maintaining the pilgrims? They're called pilgrims by them, by the polytheists, and maintenance of, and they were maintaining Masjid al-Haram for no other reason than their belief in God, I guess, Allah. So they believed in Allah, the polytheists. Elsewhere we're told too that they believed in Allah. But maybe, you would. So now with this verse, I can show you another verse with, maybe it's the polytheists. So I know you don't like Christians to be here, but I just dropped by to say, Jesus loves you. Bye. Thank you, Sozo. I don't like Christians to be here, yeah. Thank you so very much. God loves you too. So thank you. God bless you. So this, look at this. This is unfair. It could mean the ones who have believed, emigrated, and striven in the cause of Allah with their wealth and their lives are greater in rank in the sight of Allah. Okay. And oh, so this are greater in rank. No. Do you do you make the giving of drinks to pilgrims or the maintenance of the sacred mosque equal to the pious service of those who believe in Allah? Or this is the pious service of Allah, in brackets, equal to, like the one who believes in Allah, or like those who believe in Allah and the last day and strive with might and main in the cause. You have to contemplate on this. They are not comparable in the sight of Allah. So here also I think it is a kind of and I will never submit to this Islam, but if I have to be like threatened or coaxed or there's more coming, even on the psychic level, I feel they're playing because they have some Indian Hindus, they can, and gurus, they can maneuver, uh, who can help them send wrong things to me here, even against Devi. So I was very weary yesterday about that, and day before yesterday. And then Allah has this, okay, this is not in the Quran, but like Hajar Aswad, and it's not the belongings of the family of Muhammad, it's the belongings that angels carried. Surah Baqarah, I forgot the number. Family of Musa and Harun, honored, angels carried, and there was peace there. So, fear none, the relics of the family of Musa wa Harun. Not the relics of Prophet Muhammad. So Safiya bint Huway was a Jewish. So this is it only becomes those who believe in Allah. Okay, I'll try to see what is coming here. It is not for such as join gods with Allah to visit or maintain the mosques of Allah. You see, now it's come to this also. He says Allah has sent no, what do you call it, evidence, proof of this. Authority, sent down no authority. So maybe this authority is in the hearts of those who have knowledge. Like, you see, this book was not supposed to be written down, some say. Well, it should be, it was a recital, it's a revelation, not a book. Kitaba doesn't even, I don't know what it means, Kitaba. So doesn't it say that those who, if they don't have a written thing, at least like the chiefs may have had what? Oh my God! In the hearts of those with knowledge, it's in the heart because it also came in the on the heart of in the heart of Muhammad through a trusted spirit. God has to rely on this method. So, God did not directly commune with Prophet Muhammad like he did with Moses, we are told. But it is clear revelation in the hearts of those who have been given knowledge. In the hearts of those who have been given knowledge. What if their chief leader Abu Jahl got up and said, "It's in my heart"? Or Abu Sufyan, he held the hand of. This is how they communicate. Like, God has revealed in my heart. Could be this way, and they could show even through something. Show on the horizon, seeing angel Gabriel. Not say, and will you dispute with him what he saw in his heart? In his heart. So this is Surah Ankabut, ayat 49. Another various translations of this. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, above all those one will be questioned. Oh man, follow not that. Oh, this is another ayat. Okay. So we go to corpus. Rather, the Quran is distinct verses preserved within the breasts of those who have been given knowledge, and none reject of verses except the wrongdoers. So there is no proof beyond reasonable doubt. Like we see these ayats where the polytheists are impure, Surah Tawbah, then other ayats in Surah Tawbah and elsewhere, they followed just conjecture, false gods, forefathers, they followed stories, this thing, the traditions from the forefathers, superstitions, they clap and they whistle and they go naked, they're clapping and whistling, and they take their religion as an amusement. These kind of ayats against polytheists. Nay, here are signs self-evident in the hearts of those endowed with knowledge. Now, how could they say that? Maybe the traditions passed to them from their forefathers were kept in the hearts. And this also came from the heart of Prophet Muhammad. This wasn't a book dropped from the sky to Prophet Muhammad. So here we have a difficult time. No one will show it to you like this, I guess. But there are other better ways, maybe, than mine. However, there are these kind of eyes which make you wonder. Now, wonder. But it is clear revelations in the hearts of those. So what if this was in the hearts of those? It says, oh, the forefathers spreading the knowledge in the hearts. It's, what is wrong in worshipping an idol? It's the intention of the heart. And you know another part, like now this Surah Ankabut ayat 49. What else have I missed? Hearts of those who have been given knowledge, and none are revelations, save wrongdoers. Okay. Now another thing was that, you know, out of affection, they took, out of affection, they took idols out, they worship out of affection for each other, affection for one another, or let's put one another. They, out of affection for one another, they worshipped idols. I mean, you would definitely say this is primitive, worshipping an idol. God has sent down words, and these, and now your reason, your what. But remember, there were poets also. They're called wayward. He said, "For you, you have taken for worship idols besides Allah." Now we don't know whether it's besides Allah or it's along with Allah. I mean, this besides Allah may mean along with Allah or apart from Allah. Out of mutual love. Mutual love. So they had mutual love and regard between themselves, between yourselves in this life. But ask yourself, in this life, of course, wouldn't you love Prophet Muhammad? But on the day of judgment, you shall disown each other and curse each other. And your abode will be the fire, and you shall have none to help. So this is a lot, right? Allah is saying, he better be true, because he's telling them, but on judgment day you will be the losers. You would, disregard each other, disown each other, curse each other, and your abode, moreover, will be the fire of hell. And you shall have no one to help you. So, better be sure that this is the true Allah, because I don't see fairness to the idol worshippers. You see, in another ayat, Allah says, if you give everything, and they're not even doing it for this life, but they're taking idols as worship out of mutual love and regard between yourselves in this life, but for what? For Allah's sake, right? To keep that bond of brotherhood. Like Prophet Muhammad made brotherhood bonds and all this. When Abu Bakr became brother of, Umar became brother of Abu Bakr and all this. Ali became a brother of Muhammad. And another thing is, Allah says, if you were to put, so this is Surah Ankabut ayat 25. If you, I think they're going to, the neighbors were making a sound like when in my previous live stream, I think they're going to complain against me. Knocking, if you, and they're going to give me a hard time. Maybe in the daytime I will not be able to sleep. They're going to make noise and get me. Because here it's like tit for tat. You call me at the wrong time, I'll call you at the wrong time. Even though it was a mistake by me or, something, I didn't deliberately do it. So if you were to give all you had, all you had, so who put affection in their hearts for each other, for this in this life? You would not be able to, not be able to, right? Put affection, Quran on. So may I, like I hope God finds me patient. They harass me here, the Muslims. They try to provoke my, madness. They try to get my weakness, like sending, khair mard. Like I still have that thing. Like, when you're raped psychically also, so in a psychic way you're raped, molested, then you grow up in that Muslim environment, Pakistan. And when you love someone like Sasi Panu, we had the love story in Punjab, Pakistan somewhere. There were some who wanted to rape men after Sasi was the girl, female. So they know my psychology, like, I love someone and I dearly, faithfully can't get married to, or, even they would send a man or use my hair thing, shake me up that someone has been watching me when I go out. And a man. So very subtle attacks, very subtle harassment here. So what happened recently was I blow dried my hair. Then this lady in the mall said, it says perfume for hair. Hair. I said, oh, but it was very expensive. I couldn't afford it. I said, no, no, thank you. So she said, no, let me put this perfume on your hair. So it became even more dry, my hair. And the blow dry wore off, and my hair was like very frizzy. I went out and it was there. So, I've had, for several years, a violation, someone, and this is your husband, and this is the principal's son, and this, you will be marrying. But right now you cannot. Like that, right? So feeling a man with me. And then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, what is that? Shocked. Because see, in my dream I saw the alam, the star coming down, turning into a panja in my old house, like I saw the dream. That I'm in the new house in year 2000 in Karachi. And then I pray, oh God, may I get married in 6 months. But it didn't happen. The panja comes down, sits on there's a stick there on where in our front yard we had this plants comes down. And so I see a miracle like the 5. Panja is the hand, as we make it in silver, and we put it on the stick. It's a Karbala relic. Hazrat Abbas used to hold banner of Islam. So we put the panja like Panjatan Pak, Allah in the middle hand, palm, but the fingers, Muhammad Ali Fatma Hassan Hussein. So I see like miracle Punjab coming. Like my other aunt told me, she just had one dream to go. Someone tell her she saw someone in Mahfil Sheikh Razan's uncle. I don't know what. Or she heard a voice that you will get married to this person, and she said, I didn't even think because he was married and all that I would get married to this person. And then I got married to this person. So then I've had so many shocks, like, and then it was out of my control, like my body was hurting and hurting. Like someone's possessed if snakes are still, sometimes when a man comes here and, starts to, mentally I feel so, like, tight in body and my breasts are being molested. Feel someone like, finger chilling, hand over the breast of some few fingers. Yeah, sitting upright, but you know what I feel in my lower part. I mean, I'm sitting up, and so while talking to that man, it started again. Touching my breast with the finger, so then I lose it. They're like, who are you? And she, who sent you? I could have gone in a rage. And as I was talking, the bad words were hitting me, but I was like, oh my God, now, look, I'm not well. Please don't harass me that much, right? Don't use this. I'm all alone. Like in this live stream, sharing on my groups. There are many groups on my Facebook, my groups, on my groups, the ones I've created, not anyone else's group. I get tired until this thing starts. I start this, then I hardly have energy. So a little bit of shaking or someone coming here where, harassing me in a very subtle manner, using every kind of tactic. So I have no one to call out, but I have Devi, but they won't allow. I know we had a Devi, a Zairanti Devi. So they won't let me. I have never cried for myself, like when I was misused. So I don't cry for myself, but now they make me, something. I don't want to cry for myself because I've never cried for myself. If you had spent all that is contained in the earth, you could not have produced that affection, but Allah has done it. Now this could be taken as evidence. Right? Spoils of War 63. Now I'm just taking, I don't want to go into Quran.com. But if you had spent all that is contained in the earth, now put your hand on your hearts. If you want justice for the polytheists, if you had spent all, so whether affection here and there, the word is the same in Arabic, I don't know. Surah Anfal ayat 63. But it's the same translated word in English. You would not have produced that affection. You could not have produced that affection if you had spent all that is contained in the earth. So with all that, ouch. Okay, sorry. I feel like volatile. I feel like a rage now. I might shout or something. I feel okay. Anger, violent, a nervous breakdown. Um, so this is Surah Anfal. I've taken my glasses off. Reading glasses. Surah Anfal ayat 63 and the one before. Let's see if I get to the one before. Surah Ankabut ayat 25. And he said, for you have taken for worship, or I'm just reading the prayer, idols. You have taken idols besides Allah. Now, even the word besides has two meanings, we are told in the Google search. Allah could have put other than Allah, the translators put besides, or with Allah, along with Allah. I don't know. Out of mutual love. It's not clear. They worship along with Allah. I don't know if that ayat may be there. Out of mutual love and regard. Now, can this love, mutual love and regard, affinity, what is wrong in this? So in this also they're criticized. And so badly. I wish we had that mutual love and regard between ourselves in this life, in the Muslim Ummah. But there are haters of Shias and disunited. How else shall I show you? For you, and he said, for you have taken. So Abraham said, maybe, you have taken for worship, okay, and that's in bracket, idols besides Allah. Out of mutual love and regard between yourselves in this life. Does this mean they were prejudiced? They couldn't bring each other to hate, so they didn't want to, go against the idol. But mutual love, I don't know. So the mind comes into, and Abraham said, you have only taken other than Allah, some say, see, idols as a bond of affection. As a bond of affection among you in worldly life. Then someone is sticking out a tongue, a man, biting it, got the vision. Then on the day of resurrection, you will deny one another and curse one another. And your refuge will be the fire, and you will not have any helpers. So you can see if knowledge comes in their heart, it is communicated from one heart to another. Like Abraham was a messenger, chosen one. So the polytheists may have had a chosen messenger. Have you ever thought of that? Who communicates what he found in his heart. And we're also told they believed in angels, like they made, these angels daughters of Allah. So Allah says, for me, what? For me, daughters, and for you, sons. So there were people who worshipped angels, made, like they had angels, worshipped angels because their worship is like a form of worshipping Allah. It's like worshipping, it consists of worshipping Allah. Idols as bond of affection among you in worldly life. So whatever they were doing, affection is there. Out of love between you. It's only in the life of the world. You know what love can do. Mutual love and regard between yourselves. And we're told in Surah Tawbah they don't even respect ties and all. So how could they have this love if love cannot come from Satan? I mean, lust can come, some worldly desire. Okay, what is this? Okay, in my layperson's way, layman, I'm trying to explain this. Very difficult me also. For you have taken for worship idols besides Allah. Out of mutual love and regard. So they loved that the idols may, what? Out of mutual love and regard between yourselves. There's no hatred. And I don't think they favored each other too, it's just out of love and regard between yourselves in this life, okay? So they didn't believe in the judgment day, disown each other. But on the last day, the day of judgment, you shall disown each other and curse each. And so the Mughal, the Muslims who've gone to India and found out that their gods and goddesses cursed each other. So yeah. So that would be yes. They've cursed each other. What they're going to curse each other on that day? They've already cursed each other, the gods and goddesses, or some one goddess with cursing another goddess. So it's a very difficult case to prove for the polytheists, but I'm trying. Disown each other and curse each other. But this love, this is not lust. This is love. Right? Let me just, if I may, Quran.com. Abraham, besides love, mawadat. So you're told to love your family. Well, Sunni side general, Shia side specific, Prophet Muhammad's family members. Right? Out of love among you in the life of the world. Love is such a thing that sometimes, forever is not enough. One life is not enough. It gives you the sense of that one life is not enough. Love is larger than life. So this I will speak in length about. later on. So um, I did my best. Polytheism. Although there was my grand aunt had a Devi, but when my mother told me the story and said that I was a Shia, so my mother said that when Zaranti, her aunt, was feeling lonely, Devi felt pity for sympathies, and she said, "Okay, I'll make I'll be her friend and I'll help her." But they had to go to Ganges River to put the diyas there. 5 diyas. My mother went in her childhood with her parents because Devi had asked them to do this. Then, so she will leave Zehra auntie because Zehra auntie had thrown Devi's lota, kamandalu. So when my mother told me at least this part that, when Zehra auntie, when Devi came, she was angry at Zehra auntie for throwing her, throwing her water bucket or jug. Devi came in anger and she saw that she read Zehra auntie's mind. And she realized that Zehra auntie was feeling lonely. So she said, "Okay, I'm going to help her," Devi said. So Devi had told them this apart from like stones coming out of thin air and all this. So I told myself that whatever it is, Devi is there, or I'm not going to ever feel lonely in my life. I don't want Devi's help. I only believe in Allah and I ask help from Allah. And I don't want I don't want the Hindus' help. I will never take Devi or Hindus' help. You see? So this, and I told myself, I hope I never, it was like a prayer, wish, I hope I never ever feel lonely that Devi has to come because Devi was for real. Her stones helped. One stone she gave to someone, helped, my brother from his sickness in infancy. He was a child or something. So his fever is not going down. Okay, so I wasn't into Hinduism or anything. But even though I was told, Devi used to help give stones and you could miraculously heal someone with the stone. And then the stone would just disappear. Just one wish for the stone, I think, because that's what happened when the the one my grandaunt's brother-in-law used that stone of Devi for my younger brother Zuhair, when he was very sick in the hospital, the child's hospital. He was in the ice tub. So my father said it was Hazrat Abbas's day, and I went there because I knew Hazrat Abbas would heal him. And they even made a minute of going to pilgrim, Imam Ali Raza's pilgrim. Imam Ali Raza in Mashhad. Okay. But at that time when this stone, the my grandaunt's sister, a brother-in-law, encircled it on my brother Zuhair. What happened is, the fever went, and the ring disappeared, the stone disappeared, and he became well, Zuhair. Okay, so, but even then, I mean, that was a long time ago. My brother was small, and I'm a year and a half older to my brother. And I've heard the story in my childhood, so nothing, not that I wanted to become a Hindu or anything, because I wanted something from Devi. He said, "You have chosen only idols instead of Allah. The love between you is only in the life of the world." But here, isn't there a contradiction that had you spent whatever you had, now I can't go back, had you spent whatever you had, you would not be able to produce affection. So it cannot be produced. Affection or love, loving kindness, cannot be produced. Anyways, the Muslims see it otherwise. They have the reasons. They have the reasons. So, let me see. Had you spent all you have, you would not be able to have affection. Surah Anfal ayat 63. Mawadat or hub. No, this is put affection. He has put affection. Wa Allah. It's not mawada. Between their hearts. If you had spent whatever is in the earth, all, not, alafta. You put affection, you could not put affection. It's another word. Put affection. And brought together their hearts. If you had spent all that is in the earth, you could not have brought their hearts together. In love, or bringing hearts together in friendship, wouldn't it be very close to that? But Allah brought them together and joined their hearts. Had you given away all the riches of the earth, you could not have joined the hearts. But it is Allah who joined their hearts. So this is a bit different. Then we have those who, is this mawada? But it is okay in this life, you see, you need to love. Oh, let's forget about Surah Maryam ayat 96 or something. Those who believe and do good deeds, the gracious God creates love in their hearts. Also that's, and another one is Surah 42. So what is the reward for messenger ship, or the message, to put it loosely, like that? It is that of which Allah gives good tidings to His servants who believe and do righteous deeds. Say, O Muhammad, in brackets, but it means O Muhammad. Say, O Muhammad, I do not ask you for it, i.e., this message, any payment. Only goodwill through mawadat. This is a form of loving. It's love, but it's like loving kind. Is it mawadat? It's the same, love. You see,
Al-mawaddata.
mawaddata. It's like that, mawadat. I say, quite Pakistani. Or no, even Pakistanis are better in Arabic, Quran Arabic. among the relatives. So there against, and Allah indeed, any good we increase for him, therein good indeed Allah. Uh, so, and whoever commits a good deed, we will increase for him good therein. Indeed, Allah is forgiving, appreciative. So you would say, what is in an idol? But what is in the house of Allah? What is in Masjid al-Haram? Right? Oh, I didn't fix mine. What is... And what is in Hajar al-Aswad? And what does that monument stand for? The monument. So, the sacred monument. So no freedom of... Although it says use your akal, use your akal. I've been using my akal. I see like Muslims, I mean, even God would understand, but the Muslims would not understand. Name the place which is called the sacred monument. But when you press on in the multitude from Arafat, remember Allah by the sacred monument. It's a sacred monument, it's a monument. Remember Allah by the sacred monument. It's a yadgar, it's like a memory. It's a, of what maybe Abraham came here. Remember him as he had guided you. Maybe here, Abraham received, he said, I'm going to my Lord, I'm going to receive guidance. So they put a monument there. They didn't put a statue of Abraham, but they put a monument there, called it sacred. Surah Baqarah, ayat 198. Let's see the different translations. Al-Mashar al-Haram. Remember Allah. There is no blame upon you for seeking bounty from your Lord during Hajj. But when you depart from Arafat, remember Allah at Al-Mashar al-Haram. And remember him. Why? Sacred monument. Or what are the other? Sacred monument. Yusuf Ali Pictal, Shakir, holy monument. Shakir says holy monument. Muhammad Sarwar says Lord in Mashar, like that. Maybe Mashar or Mashar. Sacred. The sacred reminder of God. Muhammad Sarwar, commemorate the name of your Lord in Mashar or Mashar, the sacred reminder of God. But no, you are not worshipping the idol apart from God, right? By glorifying His praise, i.e. prayers and so unfair to the polytheists. And the way the ayats are put, like the polytheists, one or two, if they were allowed to speak about this, they would say, we don't worship we worship the idols, but behind it, it's sacred, right? It's a reminder of our avatars that have come down and all this. And those who have been with our avatars and they've been given a high post, like Hanumanji or something, by Ram and Hanuman, and what was, they stand for something. So no. But here you're supposed to, this is a monument, sacred. Invoke Allah, glorify His praises, and remember Him by invoking Allah for all good. As He has guided you. You don't get to see Abraham's statue. Although the Muslims then say, oh, they make Krishna in different, or gods and goddesses different. There, this face, there, that face. You know how many words of Allah there are. The word of God will not be spent. If the 7 seas were ink and the trees were pens, yet the words of God would not be spent. So okay, one Krishna, different faces, so what? I think it's the niyat that counts, intention. And so who is Krishna? A devil? He will misguide you, play the flute, and you'll go dancing. And if this is not a sacred dance, then what is? In remembrance of Krishna. In the flute, the music is given sacred. Anything from his Lord is sacred. Anything coming. Music coming from the Lord is sacred. Why not? Why should it be haram? And the girls danced, and it was not, it was a dance, sacred. God is saying, this is my Leela. These are my devotees. So this, let's see. Okay, thank you very much. Sozo, again, thank you very much. What can I do? God bless you all. Thank you for the likes. If I can see it here, I don't sometimes see any likes here. Just my like is here, I think. Yeah. Okay, here it's showing, I don't know, it's really funny. Thank you so much. God bless you all. And may we do some justice instead of killing people or converting them, coaxing blindly without using the mind. What you feel Islam has done, given to the world, moral values and all this. The way you feel or you think Islam has done. So such moral values where justice, freedom of thought is curbed, and freedom of speech and all this. You can't insult Islam, but they can, Islam can, Allah, He's used Allah to insult them. And and moreover, He's put a verse there, by Allah, it has come. This is downright evil. You know what? The believers are not supposed to say bad things to their God, lest they ruin themselves. So it shows that Allah was so caring that Allah didn't want them to ruin themselves by saying anything against that one true God, but they have already ruined themselves anyways by being polytheists. So they're kafir. Kafir is like a blasphemer, a polytheists, all one and all the same. Disbeliever, polytheist, blasphemer, idol worshipper, all zalim. So this. So if you don't want to see it, you will never see it then. Because you don't want to do justice. I don't know what kind of people you are. Yes, and there's a lot of emotional security in this. So I see a injustice, lopsided. Although there's one ayat, but I don't really, I disregard. I have taken it into consideration, but my reasons are why I disregard that ayat to me. Because he's already used Allah to insult them, say that they're impure. I think he's just using Allah. And then one ayat comes that believers don't say anything to their gods lest they say something to that one true God and be ruined or something like this. I'm very tired. I have to go. The, the ayat is believers don't say anything to their gods. So it makes you think that, that Allah can say that, but believers can't. Believers don't say anything to their God. Believers do not say bad words against the idols, lest they pagans in their meaning the pagans. I don't know if you take it in context. Yeah, pagans. Okay, idol worshippers. Lest they, the idol worshippers, as the it's self-explaining, the thing, in their hostility and ignorance, say such words against God. We have made every nation's deeds seem attractive to them. One day they will all return to the Lord, who will inform them of all that they have done. So here it doesn't say ruined, but very well put, the ayat. Believers do not. Surah Anfal ayat 108. Surah Anfal, right? Or Surah Anam. Surah Anam. Surah Anam ayat 108. And do not insult those they invoke other than Allah, lest they insult Allah in enmity without knowledge. Revile not those unto whom they pray beside Allah, lest they wrongfully revile Allah through ignorance. Thus have we made. So this means no blaspheming against Allah. Don't make them fall from grace, or get angry that they may revile, say bad things, abuse Allah. Don't provoke them. So for that reason. But Allah can say against the idol worshippers also, and insult not those whom they disbelieve, whom they worship besides Allah, lest they insult Allah wrongfully without knowledge. As if Allah really cares. Allah cares for Himself, not for them, I think. This Allah. And they swear by Allah their strongest oaths, that if a sign came to them, they would surely believe in it. Say the signs are only with Allah. And what will make you perceive that even if a sign came, they would not believe? This is like some Muslims who come here, even if you show them, they don't believe. They don't see it. And we will turn away their hearts and their eyes. Okay, they refuse to believe in the first time. In first time, we will leave them in transgression, wandering blindly. For now, we've left them in this. When Surah Tawbah comes, kill them. Even if we had sent down to them angels and the dead spoke to them, and we gathered together every created thing in front of them, put them idol, oh, no, no. So how stupid they are, they believe in idols, but Allah says even if we had sent down to them angels and the dead spoke to them and we gathered everything in front of them, everything, shayin, everything, we together all things before their very eyes. They are not the ones to believe unless it is in Allah's plan. Oh yes, so I should also remember there are believers who would not see reason, would not see anything. And please, don't use dishonest ways here. Please help me. And personal criticism, hair is terrible. So Salahuddin sent someone here. He's a Saudi Arabian. Oh my God. Yeah, it's not what this man what's his name who came here? I forgot him. So sorry. Oh my God. So they sent an Arab man who looked at me as I. Oh. So they know the building I'm in. Of course, everything is. They can even come in my studio, right? Thank you so much for the likes. I don't see it, by the way.